How
Welcome
are
to
you?
Germany and Austria. How are you?
Good, and you?
Very good, very good. Nico, are you healthy and how is the situation in Chile at the moment?
Okay, you hear me well?
I hear very, very good.
Good,
Very
good,
good.
good, good. Good. Well, first of all, I want to say hello to all the people who is following the channel. I'm in Santiago in my apartment. Everything is good here. I mean, since I arrived from the States, I just stay in the apartment for for 10 days. So situation is like all the world. I mean, it's a difficult moment for all the people. We're in quarantine here now. My family is in Viña del Mar in the other city, 1 hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
So just enjoy my time here in the apartment to stay in my country that I'm not here normally. So everything is okay.
I hope you see all the messages underneath. Karin Team, she sends you big hugs, you know, like all your friends from Austria, they're sending you, they all missing you a lot.
Yeah, say hi to Karen, all the family. We keep in contact all the last days. So it's very nice to see that they're following the channel. So I want to say hi, and I hope the people in Austria and in Europe uh, try to have a. I mean, I know that it's difficult times that trying to enjoy the family, try to stay inside the apartment or the house and enjoy the time together.
Nico, so much thank you that you take time for our community here. We have a lot of tennis fans here from Austria, from Germany. Before we talk about Dominic, which is very interesting, I want to
Yeah,
talk a little bit about your career. Your best ranking was #9. I think you had 6
yeah,
titles.
yeah.
Obviously, the biggest title, Athens, 2004. Tell us a little bit, how was it back then, winning or peaking at the right moment?
Well, first of all, to be a tennis professional is a dream, and then you start to play like around the world, and then I mean, I think that I have unbelievable memories. My dream was to be top 10. I was number 9. I think my all the titles, they were very important, but the best one I think was Olympics, because when you arrive to Olympic Games, not too many people can go there. First of all, you have to
Yeah,
qualify, and then to think in a medal is so difficult, and then to
yeah.
win 2 gold medals is something crazy. And the first the first gold medals on the history of my country. So for Chile was very big, and after that they give me a lot of confidence to achieve that medals, to continue in my career having like positive things. And I think that I choose a correct job when I was young, because tennis give me a lot until today, and I keep motivated every day. I turned 40 years old last year, but for me, tennis is everything. I mean, I enjoy to be in the tournaments. I'm very competitive. Before, like a player, now like a coach, and I think that's very important.
We can feel the passion. We saw it when you were playing. You were very emotional. Now, as Davis Cup captain of Chile, obviously with Dominic, I mean, we love this a lot because, yeah, it shows us how much you care. 2004, you said, was unbelievable. You beat Marty Fish in the finals of singles,
Yeah.
5 sets. For
Yes.
the, for the,
Six
how
four
was
in the
this?
fifth.
Was crazy? Like, how was the
Well,
match?
really difficult, because you know that play singles and doubles in 1 week is very difficult. And the finals in Athens, singles was 5 sets and doubles 5 sets.
Yeah,
So we arrived to the stadium every day very early in the morning, and at the end of the night we came back to the villa. So for me it was really important to to play well that week, because I play 4, 5, 6 hours a day, every day,
yeah, yeah,
singles and doubles. So it was very difficult. And in the middle of the week, we, me and Fernando, we play, I think, like 3 hours match in singles, and then we're supposed to play against the Bryans. So difficult, and we were like very, very tired, and every day the same. So we had very difficult moments, but we went through all the time, and we keep fighting. And then in the final, of course, I had many difficult moments. I was 2 sets to 1 down,
yeah.
My legs didn't move like normally because I was so tired.
Yeah.
The energy was going down, but I think that that the athletes have a second air sometimes, and I keep focused, and then I try to do my best, and at the end, of course, that was so close. I won 6-4 in the fifth, but I was really happy because I was dreaming all my career to win something big, and until today, I think many people recognize me because of this. But the most important thing for me, beside my things, is the message that I put to my country, to the kids. That of
Yeah.
course that is important to win, but I born in Viña del Mar. I didn't have like someone to follow at that moment in my city that was a big tennis player. My grandfather put me in tennis. I follow, and then I start to play the normal tournament. So the message is that for my country is that if you have a dream when you are a kid, it doesn't matter from which country you are, and if you follow and you keep working hard, maybe one day you reach these things. And it was important for me because the first gold medal in the history, and I'm from Chile, and also
Yeah.
there are many kids from Chile that they can follow this kind of dreams and try to make it.
You played doubles with Fernando Gonzalez,
Yes.
a big player, a good friend of you.
Yeah.
Did this give you like special energy for this week in Athens? Because you have to tell us also for the German spectators about the finals in doubles, which was totally crazy, I can say.
Well, first of all, with Fernando, we have only 8 or 9 months difference. So we start to play together, I think, when we were like 10 years old. And we have a very good moments together because we play Davis Cup, Olympic Games, the family, both families are very close. We pass many unbelievable moments together. And it's nice to have a partner outside, inside the court. And of course, that in that week, we dream to win something important, and it was an amazing moment because one thing is to win alone, like me in
Yeah,
singles, and then with one of your best friends. So it's
of course.
different, but but it's the same feeling, like to win something for your country. It's very nice.
No, it's very nice how you explained it. I mean, I have no idea how it is to win alone. I always needed some partner to win something, but
Yeah.
I can imagine. So you saved a lot of match points in the finals of doubles against Rainer Schüttler and Nicolas Kiefer.
Yeah, listen, the story is like Fernando played for the bronze before the doubles.
Yeah.
And he won 16-14 the third set. So he played 3 hours and a half, something like that. So he won. And then after 1 hour, something like that, we came back to the court, him also,
Yeah.
for sure. And he didn't rest that much. And we're supposed to play against Rainer and Nicolas. Unbelievable players, 5 set doubles, because at that time was 5 sets. So we start very with a lot of power, but Fernando was really tired in the middle of the match, but he was fighting a lot. I was supporting him a lot. He was supporting me also in the week in some moments that I was the
So
person
you
that
had
was more tired.
great communication.
Yes, it's so important that if you are playing for your country, you are playing doubles. And I think the communication between me and him was very important because we didn't play that much. We didn't play that much in the tour because Fernando was playing a lot of. He was dedicating only to singles and me also. So maybe 4 or 5 tournaments a year we played together. So for me and for him, it was really important to know each other from very young age because we didn't play for 4 or 5 months and we go inside the court and we play unbelievable.
Nico, before we talk about Dominic, which is interesting, I have 2 more highlights. 2006, you won Kitzbühel. A lot of fans in Austria remember. You remember the finals, who you beat and the score?
Yeah, of course. Kitzbühel was one of my favorite tournaments.
Who did you beat?
Gaston.
Gaston Gaudio, 7-6-6-4. But it's a special tournament. Generali Open,
of course.
like this very much.
You know, that year I played the semifinals in the morning against Rainer Schüttler at 10 in the morning, and then the final at 2. So it was an unbelievable day for me because I think both they were like at that time top 10. So really nice day. And you know, Kitzbühel sometimes rains, and the
Exactly.
weather is changing a lot. But also I make the final in 2003.
Yeah.
At that time, the tournament was like today 500, so a lot of points. And I make semifinal also one time, so great memories. One of my favorite tournaments. And also last year, Dominic won the tournament, so
Yeah.
really, really amazing moments for me.
Nico, I have one more. 2009 Davis Cup. You are now the Davis Cup captain of Chile. Stefan Kubek, he's now the Davis Cup captain of Austria. You played him, I think, a very, very long match. Unbelievable crowd. We just posted the match point on our website, so people can still look at it. You remember that match?
Of course, of course. That weekend too long. The final match against Kubek finished at 3 in the morning on Monday.
3 o'clock in the morning. So you played basically the whole night.
I think so. That's like 2:40 a.m. in the morning. Amazing, and unbelievable memories. And I'm very happy to see that Stefan now is the Davis Cup captain of Austria. Yeah. Well, we played last year in Salzburg, and a really amazing moment also. Not because we won. It's amazing moments to play against Austria because you have unbelievable players. The people is great, and now of course that I'm enjoying more time now in your country in Austria because it's like now I last year I don't know how many times I was there, like 10 times in Vienna, and I like it.
Nico, you just said it was 2019. Of course, congratulations, unbelievable career. Then we didn't see you that much for a few years, and then 2019 we saw you as the Davis Cup captain, playing against Austria and being unbelievably positive and emotional and almost being on the court when you were coaching. And was this like is this your style of coaching also when you take care of your Chilean team?
Yes, after I retired on 2013, like after 2 months, I start to work with the Davis Cup. So I was Davis Cup captain for 6 years now, 7 years. And I start to work with them a little bit when before like the ties, like 2 weeks before, and I start to involve in tennis again. I was not far from tennis after I retired. I was always close. And then I start to work with some players in Miami, and but I didn't want to travel that much at the first 2 years because I wanted to have like more time for me and to think what I want to do in the future. So yeah, I mean, maybe you saw me in 2019 in Salzburg because we played against Austria, and then I start to work with Dominic, and I start to travel again. Like
how did it start with Dominic? Is it correct? It started at this time around Salzburg that Günter Bresnik saw you and liked the way you coached. And did Günter get in touch with you? How was the beginning?
Yeah, Günter in Salzburg when I was in the Davis Cup, and then we started to be in contact, and then I came to Buenos Aires to the tournament there, to the ATP.
Yeah.
And then we try each other, I mean, to start to work together, and then Rio de Janeiro, and the third week in Indian Wells. So it was really fast, everything. But I think it was unbelievable feeling at the beginning. Of course, after after 3 weeks, you won like a coach and him like a player. The tournament in Indian Wells was great. And I think that is important because when you start to or something new and you have positive results, you feel that something is going in the right way.
What happened between Rio and Indian Wells? I think you had like 10 days or something, like you practiced a lot. I remember I was there as a coach myself, and I saw you in the morning, in the evening. I saw you basically practice all day long. What happened in the time between Rio and Indian Wells?
Well, Domi lost in the first round in Rio, and then he's supposed to play Indian Wells. So for sure, 2 weeks we've been practicing. We stay in Rio de Janeiro. We find we stay there and we practice in a hard court in a hotel in Rio. too hot, unbelievable hot.
Karin team
For
is
like,
just texting us that it was so hot there. Karin team was just texting.
it's true, totally. I agree. Unbelievable. We practice in the Copacabana hotel,
Yeah.
and they let us play there. So we stay for 5 days, and then we travel to Indian Wells, and then we make like kind of small preseason in Indian Wells before the tournament, like for 10 days. And because Dominic in Australia retired, he has some problems, and then he was injured a little bit, and then we decided to make a small preseason because we have 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
we start to prepare the tournament, and then Dominic start to play the first round, getting better, and then he won the tournament, and he played really well. Of course the last two matches played really well against Raonic and Federer.
Dennis Novak is here. I just said hello to Dennis Novak, who's also watching.
Dennis, how are you? Say hi.
And then, when did you have the feeling in Indian Wells that he can win the tournament? Because it was, I mean, he was there, but it was still kind of a surprise when he really went all the way.
Well, I saw that he played really well against Simon. He beat Gilles Simon, I think, in the third round. He played really well. Then he played against Karlovic, but with Karlovic, it's difficult to know if you're playing well or not, because the guy is unbelievable. But he played solid also. And then in quarterfinal, he's supposed to play against Monfils, that he was playing really well. He was playing unbelievable. And 5 minutes before the match, he retired. So he was injured in the back, I think. And in semifinals against Raonic, also a difficult match, then I saw that Dominic was playing really well. In that moment, I think that I felt that something big can happen that week.
Douglas Cordero is also a big part of Dominic. When did you bring him in the team? Was he already there for this small preseason, or he came a little bit later?
Yeah, I think that everyone is important in the team. I mean, me, Wolfan, Alex, Douglas, and all the family and all the friends and all the people who is supporting Dominic. Douglas also, when we were in Rio, I thought that it was really important to have someone to help that 2 weeks, because I'm not physical trainer. I make many things in my life, but I'm not physical trainer. So I decided to say to Dominic that maybe we need someone to help us the 2 weeks before Indian Wells. So I said to him that I know one person that works with me at the end of my career. I think that he's going to Miami tournament because he's working with Fognini. And we need someone fast, that everything resolved fast, because we cannot lose more time, because we need to recover the time. So he arrived to Indian Wells, and we start to work together there. And of course that everything was perfect, because like I told you, everything when you are working with new people and the results are coming so fast, you think that you are making the right thing. So of course helps a lot, but it's not everything, the results. It's not everything. Sometimes the results are unbelievable, sometimes not. But you need to believe in the people you are around, you know?
But it's also a quality to find the right people. I think Dominic is very lucky with the family he has, you know, and now from the outside, it looks like you're kind of a perfect team. You know, everybody respects the other person. Everybody has his qualities. You feel very comfortable in this constellation, right?
Yeah, of course, because first of all, Dominic is a great person. Besides his unbelievable talent, unbelievable player, he's a great person. And also the family and all the people around. Of course, that is really important when you share moments together, not only inside the court, outside, to have a good company, and you are traveling around the world all the time. So it's important to have a good relationship. I try to do my best. I know that I have I'm very positive. I like the way that Dominic is playing. I think that he can improve more also, because he's only 26 years old. He's number 3 in the world. and I will try to do my best. And if I'm working with him in this moment, of course that I'm a winner, he's a winner, all the family is supporting him, and we are trying to do our best. Of course that when you are number 3 in the world, you can have the chance maybe one day to touch the number 1 or to be in the number 1, and you have to dream that. You have to work for that.
You just said one thing that you think Dominic can improve in a few areas. What do you think? Where do you see like everywhere a little bit, or is like one thing you think he can improve a lot still?
Well, first of all, I think Dominic is a very complete player. That's why he's winning. Last year, he won 3 tournaments on hardcourt, 2 on clay. He's a great player. I mean, he's very complete. It's difficult to say one thing, but at the beginning, when I started to work with him, we decided to improve in hardcourt, and I think last year was a really amazing moment. He played the finals in London. This year, finals in Australia. He was so close to win the first Grand Slam. Of course, we were sad because we feel it that it was so close. But I think that for sure one day he will win one slam because he deserved it. He's working for that. But at the beginning, when we started.
Nico, I hope we will recover the. There was the connection was not perfect for 1 second, but I will try to call you directly again, Nico, because this is too interesting. We could listen to you forever because you're so close. You're such a good team.
Now.
Hello, everything good? Happy you are back, Nico.
Yeah.
You just said it, he improved a lot on hardcourt. Last year, he won Indian Wells, then he won Barcelona. Finals of the French Open, we remember. He won Kitzbühel, which was very, very emotional. Austrian tournaments, you won it before. He played very good, I think, in Peking. He won Peking. He won Vienna, so he won the Austrian Slam, kind of. And then the best from last year, personally, I thought he played almost at the finals because he was a little bit sick. It was a long season. He was tired, but he performed very well last year in London.
Yeah, also he was really close to win the tournament. He lost 7-6 in the third. So I remember that 2 or 3 forehands really close.
Yeah.
And maybe you never know, he won the tournament. But yeah, he's playing really well. I mean, he was very regular all the year. I mean, if you saw like all the history of 2019, he played very regular. That's why he won 5 tournaments, finals in French Open and finals in London. And of course, beating Federer and Djokovic on indoor hardcourt is really difficult. I think that he was playing really well at the end of the year.
We covered Dominic the whole year with Servus TV, with our television station in Austria. And I still think the best was Australian Open. I mean, for me, all the things behind the scenes, we don't have to talk about this anymore, Nico, because it had a happy end, so everything good. But then like playing Rafael Nadal more than 4 hours, Sasha Zverev more than 4 hours, and then being very close in the finals, 2-1 up. You were super proud of him in Melbourne?
Of course, I'm proud always because I think that every time that he goes on court to practice, he gives 100%, and also in the matches. I think that he's a fighter. I mean, he have a lot of spirit, and for a coach, he makes everything easier for me. And more, if before I start to work with Dominic, I like it a lot the way that he plays. I mean, because I like to. I mean, his kind of play is really amazing. But in Australia, against Nadal, really amazing moments because Nadal was the number 1 in the world. 4 hours match against Zverev also. The final against Djokovic was so close. In the 4th set, he had some chances. But when you play against these guys, you have to be focused every point because you never know when these guys come back and they play unbelievable. And in the 5th set, Djokovic was really solid. but it's gonna be for the next one. I think all this kind of experience is gonna help for Dominic in the future to one day to win one of these trophies. And if you compare the other two finals, Australia against the two finals in French Open, he was really more close in Australia. All the people were expecting that Dominic, the first slam that he's going to win is French Open. But he was really close to win his first Grand Slam on hardcourt in Australia. So that's why I think that Dominic, he can play everywhere.
We have the theory, Christian Neber, the boss of Servus TV, the sport boss, he had the theory, he lost his first Grand Slam finals in 3 sets, the second one in 4 sets, the third one in 5 sets. So now you know what's going to happen on the fourth one. We just don't know if he wins in 3 or in 5 sets, but he's very, very close. And we were super happy the way he played in Australia. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, and also the second final in French Open, he arrived not in the best situation. I mean, he played 3 days in a row, and against Djokovic 2 days, quarterfinal also before, and he played so many hours before the final. And you know that when you are in a final of French Open, you need to have a little bit of lucky, and he didn't have, I think, luck in last year, because he arrived against Nadal, who is maybe the most difficult thing in sport now, to beat him in the final of French Open. And if you don't arrive physically 100% and recover from all the last matches, it's so difficult to beat him. If you arrive 100%, it's difficult to beat him. Imagine if you arrive with 3 days in a row playing against Djokovic and Kachanov, and playing 3 days in a row, going to the site in the morning, waiting all day if it's raining or not. It was not the best situation for him, and he was playing really, really great. I mean, he won the second set 7-5. I saw the final yesterday here. In the passing the TV, but I mean, against Nadal you have to be 100%, and he's amazing. I mean, he won 12 times. He's really, really a gladiator, amazing player, and a great person. So he deserves everything that he has.
One last question, Nico, because it's so nice. We could listen to you forever. But like, how would you describe Dominic? How is it to coach him? Do you more have? It's not the guy you have to push, probably. Is it more the guy who needs like positive energy? What do you think? Like, because every player is different, obviously. What's the most important for Dominic?
For me, Dominic, for sure, is one of the top 2 guys in the intensity of practice and in the intensity of playing.
Top 2, so Nadal and Dominic.
I think so.
Yeah.
His the intensity of practice is really, really amazing.
Yeah.
I think that also in the matches, when he's focused and when he's fit and when he's healthy, the power of the intensity of the ball, the power of the ball from everywhere, forehand, backhand, serve, everything is really, really amazing. The power that he generates in all the shots is difficult to see it in other players. So this is a big advantage for him. For a coach, like when Dominic is going inside the court, you feel that if he plays well, he can beat anyone. So this is very important for me, because sometimes you are a good player, but you don't have the big shots. So sometimes if you play with a guy that have better shots than you, the match depends more in the other guy than you. But with Dominic it's different, because with him, you understand and you believe and you feel that if he goes with inside the court with confidence and he's playing well, he can beat anyone, because he have the shots. And also he have the talent. He have a mix of power and the talent. He's very talented also.
Nico, it's very good explanation. I understand totally what you mean. Also for the spectators here, that's very, very interesting. Thanks so much for giving us insights to Dominic, and thanks a lot for doing this great job you're doing, Nico. I have one last question, because I got a lot of questions today. What is Marcelo Rios doing? Because like you had him as an assistant coach, I think in Salzburg. He has a lot of fans here. What is he doing?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you for your channel and to you and to all your team because you were supporting Dominic all the year. We see each other all the year in the tour. To all the Austrian people, thank you for they treat me so nice all the time that I was there, and we are trying to do our best with Dominic so the people enjoy the results and say hi to all the people who follows the channel. And well, Marcelo is in Sarasota in the States. He's living there for the last 2 years. He was helping me since I started working with the Davis Cup 6 years ago. So he was in the finals in Madrid. He was in Austria last year in Salzburg. And it's great for us. Yesterday was after 22 years, he celebrated the #1 in the world. So
yeah,
when he was in Miami, when he won Miami in 1998.
Fernando Gonzalez, he's also doing good because he played one time, he played doubles with me. I did not make the cut in Madrid.
Where?
And he helped me in Madrid indoors.
Ah, good memories, huh?
Yeah, I was too nervous to play, Nicolas.
No, but Fernando, a great player. And Fernando, I don't know if he's in Chile now or in Rosario. Yeah. He was father like a few months ago. So I spoke with him a few days ago.
Nico, that's no problem. We have the same. Nico, I will try to call you one more last second that you can say a proper goodbye to everybody. And it was so much fun talking to you. That was really fantastic, an unbelievable, interesting chat. Nico, I don't know if your connection is a little bit low. I'm so happy now that my phone works. I got the phone from my wife because mine didn't work. So unfortunately, my wife cannot make any phone calls for the moment.
No.
Nico, the last 30
I don't know.
seconds.
I don't know if my connection or yours. I don't know.
I cannot say it's my connection because it's the phone from my wife. So I have to be very kind here that she gave it to me.
Where are you now?
I'm in Munich, very close to Munich, close to the Austrian border. So between Austria and Germany, so I can like kind of.
How is the situation there?
The situation here is okay. We did kind of a shutdown in Bavaria, where I live, and in Austria. So people are very disciplined. They're not going out too much. They're allowed to go to supermarkets. And they try to keep distance, but we have a very good health system in Austria and Germany. So most people who got affected, they can get treated very well.
Okay, good.
Nico.
I want to send a big hug to all the people from Germany, from Austria, and we are here and say hi to everyone.
Nico, stay healthy. Thank you very much. I want to say hello to Douglas Cordero, who's watching, and to Stefano Massu, your brother. He was also commentating. Guys, it's so much fun to you and talking to you, and thank you very much, Nicolas. Have a great day.
Thank you. Good luck and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Nicolas.